I actually have a question for both of you. I saw the other night, Dave, your cello was carbon fiber.
It is. Yes.
Yeah, and there was actually an argument that I heard one time. It was actually between the group Two Cellos.
Sure.
Yeah,
great.
One of them actually preferred the traditional wood cello. The other one preferred the carbon fiber, and both of them decided because of the durability and and how light carbon fiber is compared to wood, that they both preferred.
I mean,
carbon
nothing
fiber.
beats like an awesome wood cello, especially like the really old ones are really cool. Like you're playing something someone's played for like 100 years and it feels super rad. But you know, they're really temperamental and they're really hard to transport. You can't put them in baggage on an airplane. And
it's like a piano almost. I mean,
Yeah,
it's an organic piece of wood that flexes and bows and changes with temperature.
And they're fragile.
And they're very fragile. And so, you know, the carbon composite cellos are really great. I mean, they're built like a truck. I mean, the one that I have here, there was a tour I did of Australia with Foreigner last October, and it was on 16 flights, and it lived on a truck, and almost every time it came out in tune, not only just not scratch on it, it was just always in tune. So
wow,
that's amazing.
I'm a little scared of it, but you know, it takes a minute. It is I'm interested in Peter's opinion of it also. It is a different instrument. So like an electric guitar versus an acoustic guitar, it does take a minute to kind of, well, I don't know, sort of redesign your, also to sort of redesign your playing a bit for that instrument, you know.
Yeah.
Peter, what do you think of the carbon fiber cello?
I mean, yes, it does sound different. You know what it's like? It's like driving a car that's like way too powerful. Because on the cello, so much of what you do is small muscle movements.
Yeah.
And you can press so hard, but you can easily overpower the sound. Whereas on the carbon, you hardly touch it and it makes way too much sound. You know?
It's like walking on eggshells.
Yeah, you sort of have to barely touch it, and it's for acoustic, but plugging it in.
Electric, when it's on an amplifier, you know, it's really touchy and sensitive.
Yeah, it's like that.
So you got to learn to control it.
Right, but if you plug it in, those very same qualities make the carbon absolutely a superior instrument to tour with, because it creates a sound that that cuts, you know, it doesn't have this giant like wolfy mid-rangey cello sound. It's like right there, it sounds like a baritone or a tenor opera singer.
No, that's really
good. Doing
it's
his
also
thing.
like fun to play jokes on. People like drop it on the floor and stuff, and they're like, oh my god, they freak out or like bang it into a wall.
See, I work in a lot of the audio studios, and a lot of times trying to mic up acoustic instruments is the whole trick. That's the entire trick of, you know, getting that sound, other than having a good sounding instrument. But, you know, depending on your mic configuration, when you're recording an electric cello, how much EQ has to be involved to get that sound right? Like, what does it play through? Is it an amplifier, an acoustic amplifier?
When you, like on stage or when you're recording?
No, I'm talking about just like your gigs. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the gigs you plug into the PA.
Okay, you just plug it straight to the PA.
Yeah, you might have you'll have a preamp and some pedals,
some fun pedals you can
and pedals and
play
things.
with.
We don't need the sound of it.
Add a little bit.
I didn't know if the signal had to be like compressed or something. I don't know if it had to be compressed.
No, this is actually a good question. When you record with it with a microphone, there is part of the EQ spectrum that's missing
from the
electric one.
So you got to.
So you do have to draw in like. But the interesting thing is that I actually didn't for a long time have the courage to record on the carbon cello, and actually asked you about it when I was in Australia. The first time I did was for a television show, and I was about to say the name of the show, and I won't because they don't know I used the carbon cello on it. But what I found was I was panicking because it was one of those gigs that pays really well. I was like, damn, I don't have a real cello, and I need to do this. But what I found is if you play, it's just... There's some of the higher frequencies that are missing.
Okay.
And it almost sounds like we have these things that we put on normal cellos called mutes. They're like little rubber things that kind of go on the bridge. This kind of sounds when you record it a little bit like there's a mute on it. But if you put out like a parametric EQ and you just draw some more high end in it, it'll sound pretty good. And also, like you're saying, if you put compression on it, that helps.
Yeah. It'll just help smoothing out the ear piercing frequencies.
Yeah, we can pull it out in a minute. We can take a look.
Yeah,
we can pass it around. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make each person play it.
Oh, no. I can't play a cello. I've never played one.
Oh, that'll be great.
I can play guitar and bass.
Yeah, goes over and just grabs it. Here we go. Thing of beauty. Look at that thing.
Oh, man.
That's gorgeous.
So, yeah, it's pretty shiny. It's very, it's very pop-friendly, which I like because I'm pretty superficial.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Like, the cool thing is, like, right away, like... Even very. Sorry about that. I destroyed my mic.
Nope,
No,
it was not.
it's okay.
sorry.
I'll get it.
It was actually all me. I got it.
Studio fiasco. But even
You're
but the
all
cool thing is, even if you play a really classical piece, like
cello suites.
Yeah, you're gonna go.
Here, I got a Jake.
Just trying to
Yeah, there we go. Just gotta loosen this bolt here. There we go.
You're good.
There we are.
there we go. Okay.
Yeah, you have to
Play
when you
into
turn
a
the
little
mic.
Gosh, man.
You can do really fun things with it. You can also play it like a guitar. I feel like one of those like animal shows where you come out and you're like the penguin and like
That is
train
sick.
No.
Oh no!
man.
Oh
yeah,
gosh!
no, you have
Oh
to
my
try it. Yeah,
gosh!
Come on,
here we go.
Jake.
Oh
Yeah,
lord!
come on, Jake.
Yeah, come on.
There we go. Oh,
Yeah, I'm used to like doing it like a guitar. I forgot. I'm like, what? You just put it between your legs like this?
Yeah,
There you go. There you go.
Like that. Yep.
You got it.
Like that. And then you're
Alright.
gonna give you a bow.
Uh-oh.
All right.
This is gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
right. So
Let's give it a
I've
shot.
never touched a cello before. So,
Watch him be like super good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like really embarrassed
You'll pull out
and
your
stupid.
like.
It's actually
No,
pretty
it's
good.
pretty good.
It's okay.
He's more like an avant-garde artist.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a cross
Yo,
genre
This
artist.
is,
it's that
ladies and
modern
gentlemen,
art.
if Jeff Buckley would have played the cello.
It's grunge cello.
I kind of like it. I kind of like. I'm gonna take it back a second.
Yeah. Please take
Wait a
it back.
second. I kind of like that you have this sort of like Mastodon or something. It was like. It's kind of doing this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like Rammstein cellos.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey,
I just-
speaking of language right there, man.
Well, I
love
mean,
that stuff.
usually you pick up a standard guitar power chord like 2 and 4 right there. That's usually kind of I can see what tuning it's in and stuff like that because I don't know what tuning.
Well, it's very difficult. Like the thing about our instruments is they don't have frets, right?
Yeah.
So the thing is, it's more like being a singer because you're not so much being like fretting like a guitar. You're kind of moving and shifting. You know, shifting to fit like a vocalist would.
Yeah, actually, one of my